What's going on, everybody? It's your host, Wayne's Word, the Talk Galore podcast, radio / TV. And I'm here to give you another thought of mine that I really feel like I need to speak about. Before I begin, I'd like to give a thank you to everyone who follows, supports, and interacts with this podcast radio. You very much appreciate it. I'm glad to have you along this journey with me. Now, the topic at hand I want to speak about, I want to talk about Vlad from Vladtv. I'm not the type of person who cares about what another person has in his pocket, but Vlad, I got to make an exception for because he built his net worth on our people, on our culture itself. Now, I'm saying that because 90% of his interviews was based on Black people, African Americans, hip hop artists, movie celebrities. His net worth is built on that alone. And it's not like he's uplifting or helping us get a good message out there. All he talks about is negative shit that has either impacted the person, someone else, or the culture in itself. And that shit there is what really bothers the fuck out of me, because people can change their lives for the greater good in the last decade or so of their lives. And this dude will bring up something they did 10 plus years ago that put a damper on what the fuck they were doing in life. A bad trauma, something, anything that could have happened to them. He wants to bring that shit up. Out of all things to fucking talk about, this is what this man wants to bring up. I'm not sure if it bothers y'all the way it bothers me, but that shit pissed me the fuck off. And it kind of throws me back, like, for an example, Lil Baby did an interview with him at one point, and Lil Baby had to ask, was this motherfucker the feds? He had to ask him, well, are you the feds? Because the type of questioning that this man gives, makes you wonder, is he really working for them or not, allegedly? I said, maybe I'm wrong, but that's how it looks from the outside in now. And it's kind of why you understand some of the incriminating questions this man asked. Man talks about drugs. This man talks about murders, killings. He's never talking about what good somebody's doing for the community. I never hear him ask a uplifting line of questioning. So for any artists out there, any new artists coming up who haven't been on Vlad, any celebrity, you want to do comedy, you want to act, whatever it is you want to do, and you're African American at least, stay off of Vladtv, especially if you have a past, because we all have a past. And a lot of people don't want to relive that past, but when you go on an interview dealing with somebody like him, you're bound to relive the past. He'll get on to talk about somebody who murdered somebody years ago. And then when I ask about why, or try to make it seem like it was a good thing and try to get the guy to laugh about it and everything else. And now that family is feeling some type of way now if they was to see this interview and see the happiness and the gloating about a family member that they lost, that they tried to bury in the past. And for it to be brought the fuck up the way it is, I spoke about it again, it can make some money angry enough to want to bring the issues back up again. They want to start the beef up. Whatever problems that was going on, now they're ready to retaliate again just because of that one interview. There's plenty of Black TV hosts, there's plenty of African American podcasters, there's plenty of ways to get your name out there. There's plenty of interviews you can do with people. Publicity is publicity. Sometimes it's good, but maybe that little bit of it ain't good when it comes to being interviewed by someone like that, someone of that character. Someone who really don't give a damn about you, but just try to make $1 off you. But don't care to get a good message out there to the people who are watching his interviews. This is what I mean. It seems like the bigger the platforms are getting, the more negative shit there is to talk about. We want to speak on more negative shit than it is good that's going on. And wonder why a lot of people have the mind state they have now, because all they hear around them is negative. They don't see nothing or no one being uplifted. We don't see none of that at all. So once again, if you want to make headwaves, you want publicity, you want things of that nature, sometimes we got to build through our own people. Because a lot of times, our counterparts are not being exploited the way we are. That's your host, Wayne's World. I'll be back again with another rant, another issue I'm having. I have no problem speaking my mind. So all opinions here, if you feel different about it, feel free to like, comment, subscribe, and let me know how you feel about it. We can have an open dialogue respectfully about the situation.